I'm almost reaching Nirvana. Yeah. True happiness, inner enlightenment. You know, I'm close, so close to reaching Nirvana. You know, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Fuck all that. Like, I'm a Christian. I believe in God and, you know, working on my relationship with Christ. You know, but like, I'm close to Nirvana, boy. Because, like, I was at the Dollarama just the other day, right? And, you know, I'm standing there in line, and I'm the kind of person where it's like, I'm aware. I ain't one of them dummies who just like wandering through the streets, not paying attention. I'm aware, boy. And when I'm shopping is kind of enjoyable. You know, I'm not going to act like it isn't. Sometimes it is nice to go shopping, window shopping. Sometimes it's a nice way to, you know, what the heck, right? You work hard for your money. You need something and, you know, you go and you shop, right? Sometimes it's nice. But pretty much I consider shopping, especially like grocery shopping, I consider that to be a chore. In and out. What do I need? Go to the till. Let's go. And I'm not anxious and I'm not impatient, but I'm just to the point. You know, I ain't running people over or pushing people out of the way or demanding service when I go to the grocery store, but I'm just to the point. So the other day I'm at Dollarama, picking up a few things, standing there in line. Now, I don't know how your local Dollarama functions, but a lot of times at Dollarama, I don't know, it's weird. The cashiers are doing like double duty. They like, a lot of times they're behind the till, but when there's no customers, they have to rush out from behind the till and go stock the shelves. So they're all over the fucking place, right? So sometimes when you go to the checkout, it takes a second or two to get a cashier. So I'm standing there in line. And, you know, I'm just waiting for a cashier. And I hear approaching behind me this woman. Typical female fashion, clusterfuck. Like, she's got all this shit, bags, shit dropping. It's just, oh, God. Why couldn't she have just gotten a cart? Like, they have carts. If you knew you were going to be buying everything in stock at the Dollarama, why wouldn't you put it in a cart? No, she's got it all jumbled in her arms. Huffin and puffin coming up behind me, right? I'm like, oh, God. Anxious. Anxious. An anxious person. Now I'm in her orbit, right? So I'm standing there and I'm waiting. I'm next in line. The cashier appears. She's behind the till. She's setting up. She's getting ready to start transacting transactions. They usually wave you over. That's how they do it. They go, next in line, please. You know what I'm talking about, right? So I'm standing there. I see the cashier. She's setting up her till, and I'm waiting for her to call me over. I mean, what's the point in rushing over in front of her if she's not even open yet? Why not let her take her time, set her shit up? She's going to call me. Obviously, right? Well, that fucking woman behind me, I think she can take you. I think she can take you. And I just kind of look. And I look at the lady, the cashier. The cashier finishes setting up and I go, thank you. And I go to the cashier. And why I think I'm closely achieving Nirvana is because I didn't really get upset in that moment. Because one thing I've known my entire life, and one thing I believe in, and I will always believe in, is calm, patience. Actually kind of comes pretty natural to me. I can find myself at times getting wrapped up and swept up, and I need to calm down, but I'm pretty good at keeping calm. And anxiety and stress are just such a turnoff to me. And imposition drives me bonkers. I mean, it's all a matter of perspective. I mean, on one hand, maybe I am making a bigger deal about it than it really is. Maybe it's my ego popping forward, being offended that somebody would tell me what to do. Get in my business. Hey, she can take you over there. Well, no shit. What else am I standing in this line for? Right? Maybe it's my own ego rearing its ugly head, judging another person for being impatient and imposing. Maybe it's my own ego. Maybe it's me making a bigger deal about it than it is. But then there's my perspective when it's like, how crazy is it to impose on a person, to talk to a person, just to command a person, get into another person's business? Her need to impose set off a chain reaction where she's now imposing on me, getting into my business, trying to get me to get into the cashier's business. The cashier was not ready for me. That was obvious. You ever have somebody say something to you when it's like they're telling you to look at a situation, but you're not seeing the situation the same way she is? This woman is imposing on me. I think she's ready for you. She's ready for you. And what I heard and what I saw, it just felt like a lie. I didn't see the same reality. I was like, she's not ready for me. That's why I'm still standing here. If she was ready for me, her till would be open and she'd call me over. She was setting up her till. She was getting ready. She hadn't even logged into the register, whatever. She wasn't ready for me. Now I got this woman imposing on me, barking orders at me. And then what? Now she wants me to go stomp over there and get into the cashier's space? Like, you might as well let the cashier just get ready, right? Like, why rush somebody? And that might sound stupid. Like, I know that. I know that some people don't see it the way I see it. They might see it as in like, no, when I go to the grocery store, it's time to go. And the cashier should be doing her job. And when I'm there, and I want it this way. And now. And the customer's always right. Like, I know some people see it that way. But I see it the way where it's like, if they're working, let them work and have a little patience. I mean, she's obviously setting up the till so she can take my order. Why not just let her set it up and call me over when she's ready? Why breathe down her fucking neck for no reason? I mean, we're in a Dollarama after all, you know. It's not like we're lining up to flee a burning building. We're standing in line to buy Doritos and fucking Tic Tacs at a fucking discount rate at the dollar store. Like, what's the fucking emergency, right? She can take you. She can take you. She can take... Well, if she could take me, she would have called me over, obviously. I mean, that's if you've ever grocery shopped in your life. Next, please, is what they say. They look at you with eye contact, next, please, and wave you over. They don't have their head down, typing into a computer, opening boxes, fixing things, and she was obviously not ready to take me yet. And that's why I'm closely approaching Nirvana. Because it's like, I didn't really get upset. And I thought about it. And, you know, part of this whole healthy body, healthy mind is to be non-judgmental. That young woman who imposed on me and she's carrying her shit all on a jumble and she's in her little world. She's in her little world. It's not my world. And I don't have to take it personally. I don't even have to think about it. It just is what it is. Some people see things the way they see them. And judge not, lest thee be judged. Or let you be judged, or whatever, you know the saying. Judge not, or you'll be judged. That's the way she sees things. That's the way she does things. I don't have to make it a bigger deal than it is. And I was pretty calm. And I remember I walked out of the situation. I'm like, wow, that woman really imposed on me. That's the type of thing that generally gets my dander up, really gets my panties in a knicker when these fucking retards be up on my fucking grill, boy. All right? It's the type of shit that makes me sick to my stomach. But for some reason, I was able to be like, I mean, hey, what can you expect? That's how people are. And why judge them? Am I always perfect? Do I impose upon people at times? I'm sure I do. Right? So it's like, live and let live. And I'm trying to get to that place of non-judgment because it's so important as a podcaster, as a performer, that, and first and foremost, as a human being, you know, as a child of God, I got to love my neighbor as I love myself. And understand that it ain't nothing personal. And that's just human nature to impose. And these small things become big things. I mean, yeah, somebody imposing on another person in a dollar store lineup. A dollar store lineup. Okay, what are we even talking about here? But it's not that far a step from then imposing on a person in traffic. And in a split second, that imposition, that ego, that flaring of tempers could cause an accident that kills somebody. Or to impose on a person in a social situation when alcohol is being ingested. You're at the bar and you're feeling yourself a little too much and you had a couple drinks in you and somebody looked at you the wrong way and they made a comment and next thing you know, you're smashing a beer mug over their fucking face and, oh, now you're up for manslaughter. Second-degree murder. Just because you had a couple drinks in you and you wanted to clobber somebody over the head with a beer mug. You know? Imposing. Judgmental. You know, when you perceive things that other people do and you watch what other people do and you judge what other people do and you're into other people's business, you're into the world. And don't take a genius to see there ain't nothing in the world but death. That's the fucking product they push. That's the thing they sell. Fear, anger, and aggression. These are the tenements of the dark side. Fear, anger, aggression. These are tenements of the dark side. That's what they sell, man. It's all fear and bullshit. And when you're judging your fellow man, there ain't no love in you and you got resentment in you. And it takes up so much mental space where like, I want to be me. Fully myself. Express myself. And with all these judgments of my fellow man in my head, it takes up a lot of space, takes up a lot of energy. I mean, I just been going on for 20 minutes about some crazy woman at a Dollarama imposing on me to hurry up and pay for my Doritos. That was like fucking 4 days ago, you know? Like that was like 4 or 5 days ago. Here I am talking about it. Like, see the space it takes up in your head when you're like judging your fellow man and woman? And everybody does it. Why? Because our egos scream out. Consider me. See me. Hear me. The final step I think I have in clearing my mind and clearing my ego is you truly can't, at least for myself, I truly can't need anything from others, and that includes basic respect. I mean, I can't even need people's basic respect or consideration because they don't have it. Most people don't have the basic respect and consideration for their fellow man. Fuck you, it's about me, get out of my way. That's the message. Isn't that the message in society when you walk down the street? Fuck you, get out of my way, it's about me. I don't care if I'm walking in the bike lane. It's about me. I don't care if I'm going to cut you off in traffic. It's about me. Fuck off. You fucking go do whatever the fuck you want to do. It's about me. That's the overwhelming message of society. More or less. And my job is to not be bothered by that and to not need anything at all from anyone. Because I got a laundry list of expectations of people. You walk up on me a certain way, I'm going to judge you. You talk to me a certain way, I'm going to judge you. If you act a certain way in my vicinity, I'm going to judge you. Whereas I should have no judgment. I should just have love and understanding and respect for my fellow man and fellow woman. What other people do is completely what they do. And I have to discern what I find safe and acceptable to be around. But I should have no other opinion other than that. No other thought other than that. And no need whatsoever. Because I seem to have a need. I noticed about myself. I seem to have a need to be considered. Not respected, not appreciated, but considered. It's like the least you guys can do is consider me, right? Like if we're walking down the sidewalk, why do you have to barrel into my lane? Why can't you see that we're two people walking down the sidewalk? I'm in my lane. You're in your lane. Just stay in your lane. Why do you gotta walk all up on me? Why can't you just have basic consideration for me? Or like that lady at the dollar store. She's talking at me, imposing upon me, commanding me. It's like, why can't she just have the basic consideration for me? It's like, miss, I know you may be in a rush, and I know that you may be stressed out, and I know that you live in your life, but don't you find it kind of fucking ridiculous that you're talking to a complete stranger, giving them orders, getting in their business, commanding their attention? I mean, I find it crazy. I mean, if you were to ask me what crazy is talking at a person who didn't say anything to you. Crazy is imposing yourself where you weren't asked. Crazy is trying to tell people what to do. That's crazy to me. I mean, one facet of it, of course. But then there's the flip side where it's like, well, aren't I crazy for expecting other people to know that? That's kind of crazy. To expect people to know that, you really shouldn't impose on a person. You're really asking for a punch in the face when you tell somebody what to do. Did you know that? That's like an open invitation to say, hey, come and punch me in the face, is when you tell somebody what to do. Most people don't know that. And the only thing holding them back from getting knocked out is, the law. Like, think about it. If it was the Wild West days, people would be getting plugged, shot, killed left, right, and center for all these petty little grievances. Running your mouth at a person, So I'm close to Nirvana. With the lights out, this is dangerous. Here we are now, entertain us. Where the good folks go when they die, to go to the river of Bill-Do-Die. Fried chicken on the 1st of July. What else should I be? All apologies. What else could I say? Everyone was gay. Is that the lyric? I'm close to Nirvana. Inner enlightenment, inner happiness, joy, elation. I don't want or need anything from anyone. And I want to replace that space of judgment and hate with love and new horizons, new frontiers. So many other things I could be thinking about. Like, haven't you ever heard that statistic? It was like, what, that fucking egghead, MC squared or whatever. E equals MC squared or relativity. Fucking Newton or Einstein. Didn't Einstein and all these, these intellectual types, it's like 90% of the brain power that we have is like untapped. And I think a lot of it is we clog up our channels of thought with just petty bullshit. What the neighbor's doing, what they're doing, what the next person is doing. Just focus on you. And allow some love into your heart and stop judging your fellow man because they're going through the same shit as you. They're just as retarded as you. So I'm digging that.